Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Welcome to the Carter Chronicles. I'm Ashley,
And I'm Alicia.
and today's topic is about the value of relationships, whether that's friendships or relationships, partnerships, the value of a relationship. Would you like to take it away first on what your meaning of a value of relationship may be?
Well, the value of a relationship to me would be just let me see, because it's a array of things or a variety of things. Um, hmm, I would say respecting. That's big. Um, Being a great listener to your friend, giving good feedback, positive feedback, not
Mhm.
actually um, let me see, supporting,
Okay. Okay.
being a good supporter in a friendship, um, being a good listener. Um, yeah, I mean it's broad right
Okay.
now. Yeah.
There's a couple things I would agree um in what you said. I believe respect is very big. I would actually the value of relationship to me and what that means, I would say upholding yourself as a friend, as a partner, as a lover, as a daughter, as a sister, as a brother, whatever a relationship means to you. I believe that respect comes first. Being a great listener, not being judgmental. There's ways that you can give feedback without being judgmental, um, and just being emotionally empathetic to someone, because sometimes we don't know how things are, or hear when we're saying something, we don't know how it's actually being heard. It's one thing to say something, but it's different to also hear yourself how it sounds. So I believe respect, being, having empathy, valuing each other, and just being a great listener overall. And so for me, I'll just get the ball rolling on the reason why I believe the value of relationships are very important. And as I get older, it's to me, it's not about how many friends I have. It's about the ones that I know are like my brothers and my sisters. I have two best friends. I have a woman best friend, and I have a male best friend. And um, the woman best friend, and she's 10 years older than me, and my male best friend, he's 5 years younger than me. And I met them in two different times of my life. I met them both at work at different jobs. And you know like say 7 8 years later, we're still friends. I think the number may be off. I think, I've had them around longer than that, because time goes past so fast. And when I really sit and I think about my past and how I believe that certain folk were my friends, like I said, as I got older, I noticed, and I believe, because everybody's beliefs are different, I believe it's not about, how many friends that you have. It's about the ones that you and them see eye to eye. I remember I was explaining to you that these two people, we've been broke together. We've went half on different things, whether it's food, whether it's whatever it was. We went half on things together. We vented together. We both cried together at different times. Um, and I really believe is very important to have those relationships where you guys understand each other, where you guys also share resemblance, and share, everybody's path is different, but when you guys can come together, and I can be doing one thing and my male friend could be doing another thing in his life, but just encouraging one another, uplifting one another, respecting one another, which means to me, they know I don't like really talking on the phone after a certain time of the day. So I feel like for them to be around this long, they know how I am. And some people say, well, they know how I am, so they ain't gonna. It's not like that. They just know if I don't call them or text them, that does not mean that I'm not thinking of them. That doesn't mean, that time has fell off. It's been about maybe a year or so that I have had in the midst of not seeing both of them. And anytime that we come back together, it's like we never left off. Um, I can genuinely say that I trust wholeheartedly my male best friend and my woman best friend. I really do. And when I was in middle school or in high school, I believed that I thought I had best friends. And the best friends that I thought I had, which I knew for a long time, for years, I would say since for diapers. And I remember my teacher saying, look around in the room. The people that you're in the room with right now, 9 times out of 10, when you graduate and you walk that stage, you guys aren't even going to be hanging out together when you are adults. And like I said, I didn't meet my best friend, my male best friend, or my woman best friend in high school. I did not meet them in middle school, diapers. I've met them at jobs that I was placed at, and we kept that connection open. And it was very hard for me to trust after I believe I got my feelings hurt when I thought that someone was my best friend and this person continued to go after people that I was dating. So it just goes back to me saying when you get older, you realize it's not the amount of friends that you have, it's the ones that you value like family, and vice versa. They value you like family and you trust them. So I don't want to go on and on and on. I want to hear some information from you. Why your circle may be small, or if you had trust issues in the past with different friends, and is a number of friends more important to you than who your actual friends are? And how do they show up for you?
Well, let me see. So, one of my best friends, she has gone on, she's in heaven, hopefully. Um, but she was a childhood friend, and was my god sister eventually. And then I had another best friend who I thought was my best friend. I haven't heard from her in years, and I don't really hear from her until she actually needs something. And then I have my home girl, that's my best friend. And we don't talk every day. We don't see each other every day, but when we do, it's just everything is just like when we left off. So, and I really value that friendship because I know that I can talk to her about anything and she can talk to me about anything. And it's not all on the streets, everybody not around talking about it and just making a big mess of things. Um, I truly, I value all my relationships with my children, well, especially with my family, with my children, my nieces and nephews. Even though they don't treat me like they should, I still value them as my loved ones because you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends. But then, in my case, my friend or friends have been more family to me than my blood family. So yeah, I can actually call on my friend. I don't, but I know that if I really, really needed to, that I would be able to do that. And yeah, that's what was your other question?
Is the amount of friends more important to you than just having those two or having those three? Because some people, or I would say some younger people, just from me, what I experienced, they feel like the amount of friends is more important than who's actually real for them and who's down for them when things arrive in
Yeah,
life.
they lied to themselves or somebody lied to them because that listen, it don't matter. You can have a whole bunch of friends or think you have a whole bunch of friends. The more you have, the more problems and the more backbiting you're gonna have.
Mm-hmm.
All you
Yep.
really need is one solid somebody. And then you know what? So I was at this a prayer breakfast one time.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a panel and a lady got up. I'll never forget this. I brought this up to you before. And she was saying how a woman actually needs
Oh yeah.
another female friend. And I was so bamboozled because I'm like, no, I don't. Like I was like, no, I don't. Because I take my problems or if I need somebody to talk to and there's nobody in the natural in the room or in my presence, I know how to go to God in the spirit and
Yes.
talk to him just like I'm talking to somebody that's right next to me. So when she said that, I was like, I don't concur with that because sometimes you just need to have those alone moments. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Because that's what help you I won't say become purified, but isolation I'll say brings on elevation,
Okay. Okay.
so or brings about elevation. But I mean, it is good to have somebody in the natural to talk to, but I
Hmm.
don't really believe that a woman has to have a girlfriend to talk to. I just don't believe that.
I don't think I agree with that either, not to cut you off, but like each his own. Each his own. Maybe she felt that she has to have a girlfriend. Do I believe that it's important to have an outlet? Yeah. It could be your dog, your cat, your kids, your best friend, whether it's a male or a woman. But I don't believe no one needs anyone like you need yourself because you have to show up for yourself, right?
Yeah, you
So,
do.
but as far as needing an outlet, I do believe that as humans, especially in the day and time, everything is going past so fast. Everything is going fast. Bills are going up. Wages are staying
The same.
at a staying the same. And if they do give you a raise, it's $1, and then they boasting around on the internet, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Snapchat, how oh, the minimum wage is now this. You're doing that, but now the cost of living is have even we ain't gonna go there. That's another topic for another day. But I do believe that it's very, very important to have a real one around. My cousin called me a real one. I don't believe I'm better than nobody. I don't think that, my stuff don't stink. Um, I'm just a very open person, an honest person. I'm honest with myself. I believe when you're honest with yourself, that shows, and then that attracts people who are, like you. And that's how I believe that I attracted my friends, my best friends now, because we're like keen spirits. I mean, I think about them every day like my family, and I want to touch topics or touch however you said from what you said, like some of your friends are like your family. I honestly believe my two best friends are like my family. We tell each other we love each other. Like I said, if we don't hear from each other, I might be, and I feel like we really spiritually connected because there's been times in my life where I've been going through it. I don't like telling people what I'm going through, whether they my best friends or not. Like I don't always there's some things that you really want to keep to yourself, right? Because
Mhm.
I mean, for various reasons, you don't have to tell everybody your business. You ain't gonna have nothing left for you to simmer
Right.
and soak on. But I
Yeah.
do believe that we are very spiritually connected. Like there's been times in my life that I've been going through some things, and my male best friend, he'd text me and say, "Hey Ash," or "Hey friend, I'm thinking about you," or he'd just send me a gospel song. And then there may be times that I mean they've literally text at the same time a couple of times, and they haven't met in person, but they've met on FaceTime. Like I've been with one time, and then the other one called me, "Hey, what's up? What you doing?" "Oh, no, I'm with such and such." So they've met each other on FaceTime. They know who each other are. They know that they exist. Um, and it's just very genuine. Like I promise you, getting older, it has helped me. I look back at sometimes and I'd be like, wow, I thought that this person was really like really my friend or really my road dog, or I thought this friendship will last forever, or I thought we would never outgrow each other. And that's just not the way that life goes. Life shows you
It
who
shifts.
people are
Yeah, it
all the
shifts, it
time.
pivots,
Yes.
it
And
just
it's up to you to believe it. You know, it's really up to you to believe it, because um like they said, a person can only be fake for so long. And maybe they weren't being fake. Maybe we were just being so much of us that we overlooked who they really were. You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying? And I have witnessed that. And that's why I do not believe that it's more important to have 10 to 15 friends versus having two or three friends that's really your ride or die. Who, I don't call on my friends for anything as far as financial reasons or anything like that. It may be I just want to talk. I just want to talk. I want to hear your voice, because once I hear your voice, I remember the times that we shared together. Or I remember every time that we hook back up, it's a free for all. We laughing, we chilling, everything. So I think I've answered that already. I don't believe that it's important to have a number of people as your friends. I just believe it's very important to understand
Have
the
an outlet.
value. Yeah, understand the value of the relationship. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I just want to bring up, like, my grandmother, she used to always tell us, because there was a bunch of women that she raised. She would always say, "Don't never take a woman for your friend."
Hmm.
And I guess that's because I don't know if it was something personal that she had experienced, but I know that when we were in church, like, she had a bunch of Ursha women friends, or I guess sisters in church,
Hmm.
but she would never go hang out at their house, and they would never come and hang out at her house. But she would
Hmm.
go and pick up uh one of her, I'm gonna say her home girl, for church in the morning, and then we would drive to church together. But there was a time um when I did hang around a group of women. And it was after I got out of school. Well, during high school, and then when I got out of high school, um, I would hang around my sister, and then I had a couple of cousins that were they were on her side. Well, they were half cousins, and then my sister had a couple of friends, and I just used to watch, watch how they move. They move really, really weird. Women's is really sneaky too. That's why I don't really like dealing with them, because they sneaky,
Hmm.
and can be trifling too.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, there was this guy that I was dating and going out with or whatever, and I guess these few people seen that he was really into me, but he did some snake stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, let me back up off of you, and
Hmm.
you do what you do, pimp juice, since that's what he was acting like.
Right.
Um, next thing I know, before the year end was out, he hadn't already been with three of those people that was in that circle. A cousin, she wasn't my direct cousin, she was my sister's cousin, and
Hmm.
two of her friends. And I don't know if he was trying to make me mad, but what he really didn't know is I didn't care, because I didn't want to be bothered with him no more anyway, because I knew what type of individual he was. He kind of, his mask kind of slid off, and I say, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to do. And so when I saw that, it clicked back in my head what my grandmother had told me: don't take a woman for your friend, because that was some snake stuff. And I'm
Oh
like, well,
yeah.
that's pretty trifling, because I wouldn't want to go and be with somebody that my a close friend or a relative have been with.
Yes. But that's
Why would you
you.
do that?
That's you, because you have more respect for yourself. You have more
Yeah.
respect for yourself, and I mean, some people, that those ways is just embedded in them. It really, really is. And I don't believe
Wow.
there's no excuse for that. Once you show me who you really are, it's really up to us as individuals to believe them. Because like I said, I really thought I had a best friend, and when I start really sitting back and thinking about it, she went after every guy that has ever asked her for my number, like, hey, what's up with your friend?
Mm,
Knowing that I was talking to them, texting them, possibly probably getting picked up with them, going on little movie dates and things like that. And then I would notice she would, after a while, it's like she would wait, probably till I'm talking to someone else. Next thing you know, she telling me that she been intimate with them. And I'm like, wow, like
Jezebel. She
I
have the
mean,
spirit of
it
Jezebel.
yeah, it really hurt my feelings because like I said, I knew this person since diapers. I
Yes.
knew this person since diapers and all the way up through high school. Still know this person now. Um, and I just couldn't believe it because number one, I wasn't raised that way. And number two, just like you said, if you know me, especially if we spent the night at each other's house, my mama know your mama. I know my family know your family. And for you to go behind me, whether I was intimate with the guys or not, you knew that they liked me. And two of them had asked this person for my number and asked her to hook us up together. And I mean, and like I said, when I look back at it now, I'm just very happy that things ended the way they were supposed to. Because again, when a person show you who they are, you have to believe them.
Yeah.
And I was of age. I feel like I've always been very mature for my age. I seen what was going on and I started to distance myself from that person. And then some people asked me or used to ask me probably 4 or 5 years ago, like, why you and this and that person not friends? I heard someone say, I'm too old to go and explain what the people know what they did to me. I'm not going to go do that because you know what you did to me and you know how it affected me. So they always say it's two sides to the story. 9 times out of 10, the truth never gets told from the individual that did the hurt.
Exactly.
So I mean, I let it be what it be. I'm too grown to explain anything to somebody. If you don't see me with the person now, you don't ask me about that person because we are no longer in contact. I don't hate anybody, but I will make a person remember just by making my presence absent off of what they did to me. Period,
Absolutely.
point blank. There's no
Right.
there's there's no way I will ever double back. I got what I got, and I'm glad I have who I have in my life. And even if I didn't, you come in here alone and you leave alone.
That
And
part.
that's why it's very important to be in love with yourself.
Hmm.
Always putting yourself first, whether that's in a partnership, a friendship, any type of shit. You got to
Right.
love yourself enough to know when it's time to leave, when it's time to stay, when it's time to speak up for yourself, and when, or maybe sometimes when you just let that person, let them think they won, right? Because as
Yeah.
you mature, most things do not have to be explained, like I said. So I've definitely learned from that. And there's some people that's my age that still go to work looking for friends. I'm not that person. I like to be cordial because if we spending hours at work together, it's important to be cordial. I'll spend 40 hours here with you, then I go home and spend those other 40, which feel like 20. So no, we don't need to be best friends, but to be respectful to each other is good. And I've also learned that the value of relationships. If you are my coworker, you don't need to know what's going on in my life. We're coworkers. We talk about what's at work. If you want to talk about like what food or stuff like that, I'm fine with that. But it's also very important to keep things to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like once you give a little inch of who you are and
Yeah.
what's your lifestyle outside of work, that gives them some sort of juice to start making up different scenarios in their head.
Well, that's why you have to be careful to not overshare.
Exactly.
Because if you
Exactly.
oversharing, you can open up a can of worms, and I mean it's just not even worth it.
Yeah.
But
I definitely agree.
yeah, but let me see. Valuing friendships or relationships, I think that it should go both ways
Yes. Yes.
because sometimes it don't.
Oh, I'm a witness of that
And when
too.
I and when I say that, I mean that.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes expectations. of friends arise and that can cause conflict.
Yep. Yep.
And that's an issue that I have and or have had in the past. I'm a I'm an introvert, and but I still love people. I really
Mhm.
love people, but I'm an introvert. And so a lot of times I just like to be alone and or left alone. Um I'm a busy person anyway, so I'm always doing something. But I just have these people that have these expectations of me, not just these people, but friends that I love dearly. But they get mad at me if I don't want to do what they want me to do. And so I'll be like, wait, hey, you want to do this? You want to do that? And I'll be like, no, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I really be telling the truth. Like I really be telling the truth. I don't be lying. Oh, she acting funny, she this, she that. No. So if you're watching, no, I love you. I'm not acting funny. It's just that I have a busy life. I really wish that I didn't. Not like this.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I'm not an entertainer. I don't have no entertainer money. I just have this big old busy life. And
Yeah.
I'm constantly doing things. I'm trying to this is to bring in income though. It is to do that.
Yes.
I'm waiting on that to happen. But yeah, so the expectations of friends and family members can be overwhelming, and it's very overwhelming to me. And you're a witness to that. I love people. I love helping people. I love seeing smiles on people's faces, but I don't want for people to expect anything from me.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Oh
because
yeah.
I give so much that sometimes it messes up the relationship
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they want once I give it, they like, oh, she coming with something else. Oh, she coming with something else. Oh, she coming with something else. It's just that my heart is like that. When I'm at the stores, I think about everybody. I'm grabbing this, grabbing that, and I just give it to them. So I just think that um, it should go both ways when
I agree. I
in
agree.
valuing the relationships.
Yep. I agree. And I feel like as a friend, either if you are a male brother, or a sister, a best friend sister, I feel like hold, hold yourself accountable too. If you say you're gonna slide through, slide through. If you busy, both of y'all should have respect for each other because we are all adults. If I'm busy, I'm busy. Sometimes I'm not busy. Sometimes I want to stay at home and just chill.
Mm-hmm.
We don't owe each other nothing. That's why we've been friends for so
Mm-hmm.
long because we
Yeah,
respect each other.
yeah.
So no, it's not that I'm acting funny. And you've
Mm-hmm.
known me for so many years, I'm not acting funny. So be gentle with one another. And respect each other. Respect each other's time. I may get up at 4 o'clock in
Yeah.
the morning to go to work. You may get up at 10 to go to work. I don't
Mhm.
want to party until 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry.
I
Or
know I
I
don't.
mean, I don't want to just come over and just sit there because I believe I can come over and just sit in. I mean, I could just stay at home and sit. If that's the case, we could FaceTime. So it's
Yeah.
all about being respectful of each other's time. And on that note, if I could say anything to my two friends right now before we end, if you guys are watching, I love y'all so much. I really do. I love y'all so much because y'all have my back. Y'all know my family. And every time I talk to y'all always say, tell your mom and your sister I said hello. That means a lot to me because they know how much I love my mom and my sister. So every time they talk to me, they, hi your mom, hi your sister. Tell them I said hi. Tell them I love them. Because if they love me, they love my family too because they know
Right.
how much y'all mean to me. So if y'all watching, I love the relationship that we have, and I pray that it continues to get stronger, and that we all elevate, and like y'all both be telling me, whoever get famous first, we gonna bring one another up. And that's a bet. That's a bet on that. That's definitely, if y'all gonna come after my mom and my sister, but y'all gonna come though. So it's like, y'all family, I love you. And if I could say anything to you guys, That would be what I would say. What would you what if you could say anything to your best friends right now? What would you say?
I would say that I love you very much. I appreciate the friendship. I appreciate the relationship. God did that,
Yes.
because the friendship that I have with my best friend has been over 35 years. Well over 35 years. And so, like I said, my other bestie, my god sister, she's gone on, to heaven. And then, yeah, and so those relationships I value very real tough, like, um, and I love you. I love my friends. I love my family, my loved ones that love me too.
Yes.
And let's value each other, not take advantage of each other, and it don't place expectations on one another. Let's just love each other. Life is just so short. People are
Yeah.
leaving here so quickly, so it's just best to just let's just get along and love on each other.
Okay. And
Simple
I
as that.
agree to that. I agree to that. Well, thank you guys so very much. It is always a pleasure to come here and for us to connect and talk about real stuff, real experiences. And I want you guys to grow with us as well. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel. This is the Carter Chronicles, and we always are going to have more content. Like I said, leave some positive comments down there. Please don't be afraid to leave some positive comments down there. And also, hey, if your hands getting a little free while typing, leave some positive ideas where we can talk about, what we can discuss that you may not be comfortable to discuss, because communication is key. So again, thanks for watching the Carter Chronicles. I'm Ashley,
And I'm Alicia.
and you guys have a wonderful evening. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. Bye.
Peace.